Hi, Katie Weatherup here. I'd like to tell you about my money manifestation program. A lot of us are feeling a lot of fear and anxiety about money. With the economy being the way that it is, plus inflation, it's hard to feel financially safe. But I have a program that will allow you to have more money manifest and flow into your life without adding any homework or daily practices. I feel like energetically sensitive people often have a harder time manifesting the money they need to thrive. We're more vulnerable to collective fear, and oftentimes we're just more drawn to paying attention to things like the beauty of the natural world and our soul purpose than we are to being in the hustle to win at the money game. Plus, some of us are working against past life vows of poverty. For me, my own journey of going from being over $30,000 in credit card debt with constant fear and stress around money to feeling financially resourced, safe, and having my credit cards at zero, which mattered to me, was one that involved a lot of transformation and the work that I offer in this program. So I grew up in a family that, while it was very needs met at the level of fact, there was constant fear and stress around money. From the earliest time, I was overhearing conversations with my parents where they were scrambling to make ends meet and provide what they wanted to for their children. And so, not surprisingly, when I got into my adult life, I duplicated the tension and fear around money. And eventually it got so bad that in addition to all the credit card debt and all the stress, I was trying to make a living situation work where I was renting a place on property with an increasingly violent meth addict. Now, I was telling myself that I had to stay in this situation because I just couldn't afford anything else. And not surprisingly, my landlord, knowing the problems that this was bringing on, had not raised my rent in years and years. And that worked out about as well as you would expect, which was to eventually result in a lot of tears and me having to move very quickly to a new place. And at the point that I got settled in the new place, there was an opportunity to really kind of do a life review and see how this relationship with money was impacting my life overall. And I got clear that I didn't want to keep making unsustainable choices in other areas of my life because of my stress and fear and, very real challenges around how this money thing was working out. And another thing I got clear on was that I tended to do money manifestation work very effectively, but I did it in fits and bursts. So things would get really stressful, I'd do money manifestation work, money would flow in, there'd be some relief, and then I would start the cycle all over again without actually resolving the underlying problem. And so I got really clear that I wanted to be systematic about changing my money outcomes by doing consistent journey work, which was when I started the money manifestation program. And what's more, I really wanted my people, my clients, the folks that I was supporting that were having some of their own flavor of this kind of suffering to also be free of it, to also have this available for them, and that I could do it on my own behalf and their behalf at the same time. Fast forward a few years, credit cards were completely paid off. I was making money sustainably, more than I was before with less work, and I didn't take on more hustle or a side job that I hated. It just really was an opportunity by consistently doing journey work and working with a dedicated team of guides to change the foundation of my money outcomes, which has had a whole lot of really good effects throughout my life. I've also had amazing feedback from the people in this program about how, money has just consistently worked out better than they expected it to, and unexpected windfalls have come to them. And so the program is really about juicing up your immediate money outcomes and bringing money to you, but also about helping your energy body to be in right relationship with money and helping your mind and heart to be in grace with money so you don't run that fear and anxiety. So we're in a time where it feels like the finish line keeps getting moved forward, where inflation is making us have to work so much harder and have more money to end up at the same place. And I really would love to alleviate some of the burden and challenge and struggle and fear of that whether you're at the level of circumstance in a really good place, or whether there's some stuff that you're going to need to figure out with what's true at the level of fact. I think this program is good regardless. I'm not going to tell you it's a magic bullet that's going to solve all your money issues and instantly just flow in all the money you need without you taking any action. But what I can say is there will be some of that. It's very likely that some things will go better than you expected them to go. And what I experienced and what I truly believe is that whatever you do to take right action to address your money situation will have so much bigger results and so much more leverage as a result of this consistently applied shamanic work on your behalf. And if you are someone who's under a lot of stress and fear and needing to be resourceful, by using the energetic work to calm your fight or flight, to soothe, to help you to be connected to your intuition, you'll have more and better ideas about how to move forward and more access to bringing your executive brain online so that you can problem solve and you can see a path forward. I know it's not one-stop shopping. I wish I could just bring us all the money that we could possibly need without us having to, take action in the 3D world. But what I see for a lot of people is it seems like there's such hard work and so much hustle and yet really limited results. And I want to flip the script on that. I want you to get really good results for the effort that you put forth and to have the energies of the universe and a huge team of guides working on your behalf in the background. And so thank you so much for listening, and I really hope you'll consider joining me in this program. I feel like it's a very powerful way to systematically change the organizing energy that's informing your money outcomes for the better, and to do so without you having to have daily practices or one more thing to say as an affirmation. I'll do the work with my team of guides, and that will change the energetic configuration in your world, which ideally will ripple into much better results with much less effort.